the Echo Lakes parking lot, getting ready to go to Lake Aloha. This is exactly where I was last trip. And this is exactly where I was when I blew my back out. I just finished packing everything up, got everything done. I was putting my boots on like I am now, bent over like I am now, and my back exploded. It was incredible. It was horrible. But after some ups and downs after I got home, I'm better now. And I'm going back in. I try to go as often as possible to keep myself in shape, and when things like a bad back slows me down, it pisses me off. So I'm really glad to get back out there again today. It's hot. I usually like to keep my air conditioning off if I have it on while I'm driving up in case it's really warm. That's usually not a problem in Echo Lakes because it's so high here. But I turned my air conditioning off a few miles back and opened the windows, and I couldn't believe how warm it was. It's hot already, and it's approaching 1 o'clock. Yeah, I got started slow as usual, but I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, so that was the plan, and I'm doing fine. All right, let's turn off the camera and I'll go faster. Well, I got a moment here. I've really only just started. There's the edge of the lake. I'm on the first turn of the trail, and a lot fewer people out this time. They're out there somewhere. They're just not hiking with me. No emergencies, no disasters to report. The last time I came up here, I was on this trail, and my back really didn't want to do it, and I forced it to do it. But I was careful, got everything together, no big pains of any kind. Not in very good shape, but that's okay. I'm going slow, and I'm not going very far. I'm going to the far corner, far edge of Lake Aloha, to this campsite that I first spotted many years ago. Me and my college buddies were headed towards Mosquito Pass and turned and saw these guys just standing there in what looked like nothing. And I said, "There's a campsite up there?" "Yeah." "Is it good?" "Well, we like it." And you could tell by their body language that their body language was telling us, "You are not going to be camping here with us. There is not enough room for you." We were going to Clyde Lake, so that wasn't a problem. But that attitude kept me from asking if I could kind of look around, you know, so I only just saw it. Actually found the campsite again and went to check it out for the first time last year, and it looks pretty cool. And since I'm trying to go only to new places this year, that's one of them, so I'm going there. I'm just about to walk into the wilderness area. There's nobody out here. It's kind of spooky. I ran into 4 people at that nice break spot with the last good view of the lakes, eating the Thai food. Oh, I was so jealous. But now I see some backpackers coming down the hill, so I'll put this away and chat with them. Damn, while I was breaking, the clouds came over the sun and cooled things down 10 degrees. It was nice. But I'm going to have to put my hat back on. But I have made it to the shady zone. It's nice here. A lot of mosquitoes in that break spot. But I'm hoping to do better at my campsite than that. This is that nice soft stretch of trail here. And again, there's the apex. Well, I really felt better after that break for that guy and hiking in the shade. It's only been 10 minutes. And I just passed a woman and her 8-year-old boy headed down. And now I get to go downhill. So when I get to Lake Aloha, I will take a break. Take my pack off, get some food, and check out the beauty. This is that junction that confuses all the newbies. Let's see, should we go to Lake Aloha or Lake Aloha? Ah, head exploding. But if you have a map, it's pretty simple. And I do not ever remember camping at Lake Aloha. I just don't remember. I think I probably did at some point, but I can't place when it was. And I can't place where on the lake we stayed. So I'm calling this my first stay at Lake Aloha. Well, camp is all set up. Unfortunately, it's not my camp. Oops, wrong way. I'm just arrived at Lake Aloha, and there were tents on every shady spot that I found. So I had to get off the trail and find something better. Man, there's a good reason why I don't camp here. There are people everywhere. Right near the trail, right near the water, right near each other. I'm glad I'm not going to be camping here. I'm going to be camping way over there. Way over there. Hopefully away from the hordes. Although, I'll say it again, everyone I've met has been very nice. There's a bunch of nice people up here. And I'm talking quietly because there's some close by. I'm pretty sure I can see my target. It's one of these groves of trees over there. Way over there. Like, that's probably it. Well, I did it. I'm at my spot. And nobody else is. I tell you, I'm really happy to be here. But I was panicked on the way in. I took a long video shot to see if I could see anybody here. Didn't see anybody here. Come to think of it, I wasn't even looking at the right place anyway. I kept trying to ask. I wanted to bump into somebody that had hiked this way to see if there's anybody camped here, and didn't find anybody. No one seems to be hiking over here. And then I saw this young couple that were camped at American Lake, and they hiked around Lake Aloha, the whole damn thing. Amazing. And they tell me that they saw, this is one guy that saw this. He saw a guy on top of that rock over there, in the direction I was going. I'm like, oh crap. So I get up and go over there, and there's that young couple there. They were real sweet. And I got skeeters here. Oh well, that's okay. But the closer I got, I started hearing voices. Oh, the couple mentioned that there's a camp at the great campsite across the lake over there, and one guy that they bumped into was getting in a raft and going to raft over there. Man, I got a lot of skeeters here. And hiking over here, I kept hearing dog barks, I heard voices, hoots and howls, and then I saw people down at the water pretty far away, but they might have been camped here. They're not! So there seems to be some people around here. I don't know where they're camped, but I just arrived. I haven't taken off my backpack yet, and I got skeeters swarming around me, so I really got to do some work here. Time is... Oh, it's a garbage pile here. Good, good. I don't have to bring my own. 4:50. Okay, I was thinking that it might be as late as 5 that I got here, so I did better than that. Okay, I gotta cool off, man. That huge lake over there is really shallow. It could be warm. I gotta do something about this. Okay, oh, we got food hanging places. Okay, this is a great campsite. Yes! Well, here's the water zone down here. I mean, there's a lot of water zone. It's all amazing. It's all flat, clean granite, and the water is very, very shallow. In fact, you can see the way the water is blowing here. You can see that the water is blowing from the right to the left, and it's forcing water in this little tiny cove. I mean, it's just a little baby cove here that is 6 inches deep. The water in there is close to 90 degrees. It's remarkable. It's warm. It's very warm to the touch. So it's well over skin temperature. It might be 90 degrees. Amazing. Somewhere over there, there's an amazing campsite, and the young couple told me that they saw a camp set up over there, and they said they saw one guy that was on the trail, was going to pull out, inflate a raft, and then go over and meet his buddies. Sounds like fun. So a quick little tour here. That little waterfall is right next to my camp, which is why there are mosquitoes there. My camp is in that little grove of trees, which I might point out is the biggest grove of trees around. That one is maybe a little bigger, but look around. Alright, a lot of trees here. Okay, so I want to do a full view of the lake here from my campsite. It is a big lake. Pyramid Peak on the far side there. Everybody watching this knows that by now, right? And that's that. Somewhere over there, there's an amazing camp area. I might try to walk over there tomorrow. And looking into the sunlight. I saw people down there earlier. Okay, I am gonna grab all this stuff and carry it back up to camp and start setting up camp. Oh, my camp is looking real nice here. I got the tent all set up, I got my pad in there, I got sleeping bag fluffing, jacket fluffing, I got clothes drying. I've done everything but I'll take this damn thing off. You know, it's worth bringing. I brought a thing for your head. I haven't used that for years. I've probably brought it 15 trips in a row without having to use it. And I wouldn't have used it today because I don't like to have that thing over my head when I'm trying to work. But there were mosquitoes all over me, so the jacket actually helped. I think I'm going to bring this jacket in mosquito season. Weird. Yeah, this is paying for itself. They were all over the place earlier. Breeze is kicking up, blowing most of the mosquitoes away, so I'm hoping it'll be okay for the evening. But this is a nice place here. When I went down to the water to clean up and collect water and stuff, it was breezy, and I can see the water on the lake. It's quite breezy right now. I come back here and I got that wall, my picket fence. That you can see that granite starting from there, and it runs all the way with a low spot there. But it's definitely not as windy here as it is on the other side of my picket fence. Well, the skeeters are kicking up again, so I put my long pants on, my long johns on, and put the boots back on so my feet don't get bitten. And I'm walking up to my water source here, and I wanted to show off my little, I don't know what I would call this, little patio thing. Nice little chunk of granite here. And a big view, really big. Look at this place. So you can see 2 waterfalls over there. Well, some assistance here. There's a big waterfall over here, but there's a smaller one there, and I'm getting the idea that's where the camp is. Okay, but I guess I'll get back to camp and get dinner going, face the fact that the day is coming to an end. Don't you love this campsite? I really like this campsite. Only drawback is all that dirt. There's so much lovely granite around here, and that dirt is dirty. But that's not a really bad thing. This place has everything else. It's not hard to find a tree to hang food. There's good places to poop and legal places to do so. There's this amazing water access. There's all these views. There's this remarkable windbreak. There's all of the shade that I'm going to get in the morning, so I can sleep late if I want. I can fall into the tent in the afternoon if I want. Yeah, this is a nice place. I'm really glad. Well, I'm glad that I discovered it many years ago. But I'm glad that I came by last year to actually check it out. It's a warm one, and there just doesn't appear to be any sign of rain, so I'm going to go without a rainfly tonight. Yay! I haven't done this tent without a rainfly yet. And the rainfly is responsible for yanking out the edges here. It connects to the rainfly, so I connected it to a tree instead. Silly, but that's fine. Okay, I'm up here on the deck here waiting for my food to steep. It is a warm evening. I've got my long sleeve shirt on, and the only reason I have this on me is to protect from mosquitoes and to dry my hands if I need to. The mosquitoes are around. They're probably going to be pretty bad for a while. But you know, it's kind of breezy up here, so I opted not to bring my or not to put on my net jacket. Anyway, take a look at this view. What a mellow place. I'm not going to be seeing much alpenglow tonight because the crystal range is blocking all of the sun. Look at that. In the vast distance, you might see some. That's very far away over there. And it still sees lots of sunlight. I think that's pretty high stuff. Anyway, I really couldn't pick a better place to just kind of hang out. It's nice down there. It's the only real color I'm getting. Well, a very picturesque water source. And that's no doubt straight from snow. No doubt cold. Brr. And by the way, this was happening behind me while I was eating. Just barely got to turn on the camera in time to catch some of it. But I'm still eating. There's this bat making this circuit. Keeps coming back and around. Bats are fun to watch flying, but I really don't like it when they're on the ground or in my space. Oh man, that guy got real close there. He was just checking me out. I saw my evening entertainment when I was at Top Lake a couple years ago was watching the bats dive bomb the lake at dark dusk, and it was really cool. In fact, I have that on video. Go see my Top Lake video. There's not a lot of light left. I thought it would look better than this, though. It's very muted and very pretty here. Very pink and gray. I moved back into the camp area because it was getting pretty windy on that stone there. And it's as I suspected, at night, it feels like I'm inside. I've just come inside into this little grove of trees, because beyond the grove of trees is just a vast expanse of moonscape and water. It's very sheltered in here. It's remarkably sheltered. In fact, I'll probably have to take my jacket off again. love the feel of this campsite. Sitting up there, I could see flashlights from campsites all around the lake. You know, some of them over a mile away. But I still feel like I've got this vast space all to my own. And it's true. I mean, the nearest camp is half a mile away, probably. Man, I feel sorry for all those suckers at the all those camps there. I saw 8 camps, at least, in the area where the trail hits the lake. They were all over the place. Many of them were really close to each other. Crazy, just crazy. And over here, it's a completely different story. There's not that many campsites, and it's not like a constant population everywhere. I mean, it seems like there's every 10 feet you're going to bump into somebody over there. Here it's different. You see somebody walking by, and that's unusual. I like this here. I'm really glad. After all these years, I've always wanted to come to this campsite. It's weird. It was so long ago that I first saw these guys with this smug look on their face at the picket fence, just looking out on the lake, and as we struggled by, you could tell that those guys have a nice spot and they're really happy there. I mean, I absolutely got that impression, and they didn't want anybody to come and spoil it for them, because it is pretty big back here. There's 2 very good tent spots, and there's probably 4 bad tent spots, but you could stuff a lot of people in here if you wanted to. But it's all mine, and it's going to be mine for 2 days. Greetings, campers. It's late. It's around 11 something or another, 45. Frankly, I was surprised I got in here before midnight. I was in no hurry to get into the tent. It was really fun out here tonight. I managed to spend some time out on the granite, watch the stars coming out. The stars are just ferocious, just amazing. There's a quarter moon coming up soon, probably within an hour or so. So the night viewing is already dying off. But it was just beautiful out there, just gorgeous. And I really like coming back into the camp area. It really feels like I'm inside from the elements, because it really changes once you get in here. No vast views, no winds. It's pretty nice. It is warm. It's over 60 degrees, 61 degrees in here. And I don't even want to put my sleeping bag on. I'm just here in my long johns and nothing else. It's just ridiculously warm. One thing I could point out about my performance today is that I had all those muscle spasms and stuff. Did I even mention? Yeah, I did. That I was dealing with muscle back problems for a while, and it had been 3 weeks since I'd been up in the thin air, and 3 weeks since I've done any hard exercise. So I was pretty weak today. I didn't have any acclimatization at all, like I did on the previous hikes, and no conditioning at all, really. The hike is pretty easy, but pack felt heavy, and it took me a long time to get here, but I don't care. It's beautiful. I keep hearing these sound
sorry, I can't talk. The jets, the sound from the jets tends to bounce around with these canyon walls around. And they tend to start as low rumble, just a low rumble. It almost sounds like a low growl, like from a big bear standing 10 feet away. Like, what's that low rumble? Oh, okay, it's okay. Okay, I'm just babbling on here. Turn this thing off. Good night. Day 1 from North Shore of Lake Aloha. Magical little place here.
Neighbor far, far away. He's got a backpack and a raft right on the water. He's wet up past the waist. I don't know what he's doing. I think he was fishing. 2 rafts. He's taking the dog out to the other camp. I have no idea what this is. What's going on here? I just woke up. Well, good morning, campers. It is a beautiful day. Just a little bit of haze in the distance, a little bit of haze around, but it's bright and sunny, and the lake is just gorgeous. It's unbelievably beautiful. It really is nice from this side. I like it from the North Shore better, it seems. I'm sitting here in the gazebo where it's still nice and cool, but of course the sun is nice and hot. But I'm just gonna kick back for a while and drink some coffee and enjoy the beautiness of it all. And by the way, I slept well. I recovered from whatever injuries I had. I had no back spasms waking me up in the middle of the night. No pain, agony, none of that stuff. I had a blissful night's sleep. It was great. I loved the tent set up there. It was really nice. Little bits of rays of sun came in the morning, but not enough to make it too hot or uncomfortable or anything. It just made it pretty. It's real nice. I'm gonna have a good day today. Remnants of a failed food hanging. Nylon cord frayed and stuck in there. And I see a lot of that out here. Luckily, a lot of people are using the kind of rope that I'm using. I mean, that was obviously the old-fashioned nylon cord that's been around forever. But I got this really lightweight, slick stuff, non-stretchy. Works really well. Well, this is already the best trip of the year so far. Whoa, skeeter zone there. Jeez, I know they're around here. Oh my God. Isn't this amazing? I love this little spot here. I got my own little creek. I got my own little wildflowers. My little gazebo down there. That's really nice. Alright, up we go. It is nice up here. There's lots of little wildflowers. See a little bit here. And the view of the lake is astonishing. It's really special. I like the way they make the trails on the hard granite. Just a line of rocks. Stay in your lane. Well, let's wander over here and see what we see. Oh, it's hot on the granite. Yeah, maybe I can zoom in from here and spy that campsite. I saw lights from over there last night. Lots of them. And I think they were well off the water. But I haven't seen any bodies. Let's give that a try. I got the idea the lights I saw might have been way up there. That seems awfully high. Wow. Well, that looks like camping zone there. Not really, but sure looks nice. Good view of my campsite. Nice and dark down there, just the way a campsite should be. Okay, I'm gonna try to go around to the right and down. It's been a while since I've seen a glassy lake, but this one is getting pretty glassy. Really cool boulder field up here with some gigantic erratics. Look at this one. Nice shady zone in here. It's 10 feet tall at the top. And more big ones. I'm just sitting here and grazing in the shade, getting some kind of lunch. And the 13, 14-year-old in me just woke up looking at this tree here. And I'm thinking, that is a very climbable tree. You could easily climb up that little tree that's right next to the big tree. And there's handholds, plenty of room, space, lots of big branches to hold on to. The youngster in me would have gone up to there. That would have been fun. But the oldster in me doesn't want to have anything to do with that. I was babbling to my camera for 2 or 3 minutes when it suddenly shut off, and I realized that I didn't actually start the video. I'm taking a little hike. I kind of got up and wandered around and suddenly realized, I'm sleepy. I could really use a nap. And looked over at the tent and it was all sunny. And it looks like it's going to stay that way for a half an hour or so. So I thought I might as well do this hike now and come back and take a nap. And been walking for a little ways here, and we're starting to climb up to the pass, so I'm going to go down here. The plan was just to come up over here and circle back. Wow, nice flowers. These guys are cool. And a whole bunch of these fluffy pink things. Okay, I'm going to turn off the camera and get off the trail here for a moment. Actually, this is kind of fun. Of course, I'm using the umbrella to shade me from the sun, and now a little cloud is going to cover the sun. Oh, I'm bringing my umbrella for sunshade because I've never tried it before. I just want to see what it feels like. Pretty helpful, I think. More paintbrush here. So the idea was just to hike along the trail until the flat part of the shore started to turn into cliffs, and then walk up the flat part of the shore, and then back to the trail, and then back to camp. Just a little tiny half-mile loop, maybe. But I might see a new campsite over where I saw that guy yesterday. There's a stealthy spot there. It's not very good, but people have certainly camped here. is no flat shore here. Definitely went as far as I could go. Okay, sure I'm babbling a lot. I can turn this off. Part of the tragedy of damming the Devil's Basin was that it killed hundreds of trees. And you can see all the remnants of dead trees around here. This was a beast. A couple of them. Lovely wood. It used to be kind of a blight. You'd see these groves of dead trees just all over the lake. And I just noticed last year, coming over Mosquito Pass, that they're very rare now. You don't see very many standing dead trees in the lake anymore. Oh, this is where my lovely little creek enters the lake. A little delta scene here. There's a little snake running away from me. Don't be afraid, little guy. I'm not gonna hurt you. And here's the trail, so I'm gonna start going back towards the sun, back to my camp, back to my shady little camp zone, and hopefully a nap. Sounds like a good plan. Didn't see anybody on my stroll here. It was kind of odd. Suddenly it felt like I was being inundated with people earlier when that family took their day hike break on my little creek just on the other side of the rock. And just as they were hiking over there, another couple walked by on the trail. And it felt like, well, okay, the horde has arrived, but those are the only people I've seen so far. So, all quiet on the northern front here. And I am back home to my little stealthy campsite. See, if you look really close, you can see my food hanging from that tree, but otherwise, there's no indication there's a campsite here. Run, little birdies. Don't need that. So I had some unpleasant mishaps after getting back from my little hike. I was looking forward to getting into my shady little tent and taking a little nap, and I looked at it and it wasn't that shady. I mean, still after a while it was better, but I don't think it was going to be good enough. So I decided, all right, I will take out my tarp and block the sun and get in my tent. So I go through all the trouble of doing that, crawl in the tent, and strip off clothes because I really wanted to cool off. You know, it was really hot. And I immediately start sweating. The heat coming through the tarp was too much, and the tent was just blocking too much breeze, and I just started slowly cooking again. So I was all frustrated. You know, it took me 15 minutes or so of organizing just to do that, and so I undid that, got out, and just took off my clothes because I was hot. I just really had to cool off, and luckily I have this nice private zone where I can do that, and no one's gonna come and point and scream. I sat down on this boulder, just kind of sat down on this boulder, for a few minutes, and I got up a little bit, and it's like, what's something detached to me? No? Mm-hmm. And later I kind of scratched my butt and realized that I sat in about a square inch of sap. And I had a whole bunch of sap on my butt, and there was not much I can do. It was a mess. So, oh, here's a guy jogging on the trail. Crazy. Jogging in the hot sun at 8,000 feet. Well, it's around 4 o'clock. I took another attempt at going into the tent. The breeze has kicked up a little bit. A cloud went over the sun. I thought I'd give it a try. Almost bailed in 5 minutes or so. But then another cloud came by. Breeze has kicked up. Breeze has kicked up more. More clouds came by. Before you know it, it was really cool. And I got down to goosebumps, which is kind of like what I wanted. And now there's a nice breeze blowing. There's puffy clouds all over the place. I can't imagine it's enough to make any kind of threat. But if the breezes keep up like this, mosquitoes won't be an issue this evening. That'll be nice. So I'm out on the deck perch here now. There was a couple of guys that I saw before I went down to my nap, just as I was going down to my nap. Came by towards Mosquito Pass, going towards Mosquito Pass, and then came back again. And after my nap, I see that they're just sitting down at the shore. I wonder, maybe they're camped there. I don't know. That's kind of weird, but far enough away, it won't bother me much. And not much else to report. It is a glorious afternoon. It sure was hot earlier, but now that the breezes are kicking up, the sun's not so high in the sky. It's not so hot. Even the direct sunlight, when it gets through, isn't as hot as it was earlier. So I'm just sitting up on my perch here, and I'll wake up a little bit and graze a little bit, and just stare at this. Now with more clouds. I think this cute little fellow just finished a bath in the creek. Oh yeah, he's all wet. He's vulnerable because he can't fly nowhere. Cute little breed. I don't know what these guys are. I don't see these up here. Well, I peeked over the picket fence here and see that those guys are indeed setting up on the flat right next to the trail in absolute 100% exposure. What a drag. Oh. Damn, I could have done that. Maybe I should go down there and tell them there's better places than that. That they're already setting up a tent. It's been breezy and nice. Occasionally sunny and warm, and I pulled the umbrella out here just for the heck of it, because I have it. But I learned a thing or two while I was using it on my day hike here. I was just holding onto it as usual, like one usually holds onto an umbrella for the first part of the hike. But I'm walking towards the sun, and I had the umbrella low, but you didn't want to have it too low, or you can't see where you're going, or you can't see much of the terrain ahead. But when I turned around and started walking away from the sun, I just covered my whole backside with the umbrella. But then when I went all the way down to the far shore over there, and then turned around and started going back towards camp, going into the sun again, kind of, I realized that without too much effort, it wasn't that hard to just find the optimum hold the umbrella in the optimum coverage. And optimum coverage at that time, it was, midday, 1 or 2, something like that. It wasn't that hard to cover my entire body in shade from the umbrella. Another cloud goes by. And after, there's a slight breeze blowing, and after 5, 10, 15 seconds or so of that full coverage, you really feel a difference. For me, that's an interesting detail. It's not all that practically important to me in my hiking, because I got to have my hiking poles when I'm hiking, and that means not having a free hand for the umbrella. But it's something to think about. I'm getting a little tired of bringing this umbrella and not using it, so I will endeavor to use it as I'm hiking out for the very exposed trip around the shore of Lake Aloha, at least for that section. Do the hands-free setup that I've figured out, and just see how that goes, see how effective it is at keeping me cooler than otherwise. Okay, that is your update for now. It's around 5 o'clock, almost 5 o'clock, and my stomach is beginning to rumble, so maybe I need to do something about that. I found another use for the umbrella. It was pretty darn windy here when I got my water boiling for my dinner, and the umbrella makes one hell of a windbreak. Greetings, campers. This is the end of night 2. I didn't do any updates later in the evening. I did a early dinner, and then decided to dive into the tent for a nap. Nap number 2, actually. It just felt so good. Attracting moths. And then got out for dusk and sunset. It was very spooky, kind of eerie light. No particular sunset-y colors. The 2 guys that I saw wandering back and forth eventually set up camp just on the other side of the trail there. They're nice guys. And they didn't make a peep. I don't think they turned on a flashlight. I think they went in their tents and crashed out. And that was that. What else to report here? I'm feeling great. I had a really strong trip so far, and I'm feeling like I'm going to hike really well tomorrow. And excited for the future trips too. Anything else to report here? Yeah. No. Just that this is a great area here. I like the northern bay of Lake Aloha much more than the southeastern side, where people just pile up and pile up and pile up. I'm gonna listen to a podcast and stay up a little bit here and just have a good time. Good night from night 2 on the north shore of Lake Aloha. Good morning. It's day 3. I slept really well again. It's a beautiful day again. It's bright and sunny. And I managed to stay in my tent a good ways after sunrise, because I wanted to. But now, God, I'm having such a hard time thinking about leaving, as I feel great and I'm having a good time, and I really don't want to go, but this is true commitment here. Ugh. Oh, yes. That so much. It means it's over. It means I'm packing up and I'm leaving. Well, it's another perfect crystal clear day here on the north shore of Lake Aloha. Look at that. Not a cloud in the sky. The campers that were there last night are gone. Not surprisingly. And I'm going to get back in. I just got up, just got out of bed. I'm going to make some coffee and breakfast. Kick back a little bit. Back to my little gazebo zone. Ain't it nice in here? I like it. Oh, I've been good. Tent is empty. And I just got out of the tent, so I'm doing pretty well. Well, it finally happened. My fuel container ran out of fuel while I was trying to make coffee this morning. I brought 2 nearly empty fuel containers to see how far they would go. The one with 130 grams total weight didn't make it. Not quite. The 140 grams would probably do it for the 2-night stand. Got that? 140 grams. Note to self. I had a heck of a photo op missed this morning. I was lying in my tent, just staring up at the sky, not wanting to get out of bed, but knowing that I needed to get out of bed. And a young hawk swooped in and landed on one of these little branches here, just right over me. Just, that's 12 feet above me. And I looked at him and I looked at him and I'm thinking, can I get my camera and get a shot of him? No, I could not get a shot of him. I made the slightest movement towards my camera and he was gone, as I suspected would happen. Coming down from the poop run. This is such a pleasant little trail here. Hearing people, seeing people on the trail with backpacks. And out of the hot sun into the cool zone. Oh, this is nice. Time for some more coffee. Snowboarders again. Did I see you up here a couple of weeks ago? Did I see you guys up here a couple of weeks ago with snowboards?
No, but prior friends.
Probably. 3 guys, 1 girl, that's all I remember.
Oh, nice.
Where you headed for?
That way, hopefully. I don't know.
Well, I mean, where are you hoping to ski?
This thing called the Fountain of Youth.
Where is that?
We don't know. It's a hidden bowl with a ton of snow and then a glacial blue lake right in the middle. You blast down and ski across.
Clyde Lake over there? Off of that, perhaps?
No, it's not like an actual lake. It's just snow melt that forms a pond.
But it's on the other side of the pass?
You think so?
Take a look at Clyde Lake. You'll see it on the way down, and maybe you'll see something there. Well, have a great time, man. I'm envious. Say what?
This trail just goes up and through the trees right there?
It starts climbing real soon. Yeah, that's the trail where the trees are.
Thank you.
Yeah, have fun. Up here getting water. It's 10:30, and the water level is so much lower. These rocks were submerged last night. Well, there's my hiking poles. That's the only thing that I own that isn't in my possession already. Yep, that means it's time for me to head on out of here. God, I don't want to. I'm a little late. It's about 10 after 1. I might have been on time except for a ranger came into camp and cleaned up a bit and we chatted some. And I find that when I'm packing, I get really distracted when I'm chatting with someone. I start working unconsciously, and it makes stupid errors or have to redo things, and it just slows me down. And I had fun chatting with her. Goodbye, camp. It was lovely. we go say goodbye to the northern shore of Lake Aloha. Told myself I was gonna use my umbrella, but it's quite breezy out here. Oh, got day hikers swimming. Nice and breezy. Good day for hiking. Your temperature must be pretty warm, but I have kept myself really cool all morning. I've been in the shade all morning and really comfortable. Had a great day and a great trip, and I'm really sad to go now, but I have to go. Well, as soon as I started walking, the breeze died and the heat just cranked up. So I whipped out the umbrella, and it took me 2 minutes to figure it out, but I got it figured out, and the thing is rocking. So I'm going to be styling here. Pretty flowers. Well, I'm feeling awfully good about myself here. I can't believe I carried this thing on hot days and didn't use it. I mean, the excuse I was using today was that, oh, it's pretty breezy, I won't need it. I'll never do that again, even if it's breezy. This thing handles a 10 mile an hour, stiff 10 mile an hour breeze like nothing. It could probably do 15 pretty easily. And sure, if it's nice and breezy, that keeps you cooler when you're hiking. Maybe you don't need it. But yeah, I need every advantage I can get, so I'm taking it. Here we are at the junction with the PCT. Ta-da! I am here at the northeast, yes, northeast corner of the lake, nearly falling over there. And it's a pretty lake. I have to say, this stay has changed my negative opinion of this lake. I used to, it's really breezy here, and facing the wind, it wants to do the Mary Poppins thing, but I got it strapped in so it's not taking off. It's doing fine. I've always been prejudiced against this lake because in order for Lake Aloha to exist, the Devil's Basin had to be destroyed. And I like the Devil's Basin. That's my kind of place. I used to consider Lake Aloha ugly because it was born in such circumstances. But I can't do that anymore. I would like the Devil's Basin better. Lake Aloha is a beautiful place, especially in a big snow year like this. It's just amazing because the water's high. That matters. And there's waterfalls flowing. Oh, it's a great place. Huh. Things are getting weird here. Moments after that last entry, the umbrella blew inside out. I had a hard time getting it off to correct it. I heard something popped and it broke. Damn it. It might be repairable, but as I turned on the video here, I see I'm bleeding. I'm not really sure why or from where. Huh. It's like a paper cut or something. Anyway, I'm going to try to put it back on now that I'm out of that wind tunnel. That's an interesting cut. Well, let's wrap it up real quick. Got my umbrella all bloody. That's kind of sucky, but now it's broken in, that's for sure. Okay, let's see. One of these, the thing was damn strong. It took a good 20 mile an hour gust to turn it inside out. So it's got, one of these things broke. I can't tell. I might be able to fix it. And if this is on the rear, it'll still work fairly well, I think. As long as I don't see the same conditions I saw before, which I'm getting right now, damn it. I should go around the corner before I do this. I just took a panorama of this view here with the iPhone. Hopefully it comes out. Well, I'm back in business here. I almost poked the eyes out of some people hiking by as I was trying to get it reoriented, but working just fine. It just can't handle 20-mile-an-hour winds, so if I see another gust like that, I'm gonna drop my poles and tend to the umbrella, because this thing helps. I'm kind of sweaty, but I'm not really hot yet, and I've been hiking some hot terrain, so I've been going slowly because a lot of video and fixing stuff, but I'm hiking now. Let's go. This guy knew something was up. These guys are very sensitive. They can see well, they feel you walking. Yeah, he's getting away from me. What's up, little guy? Hide! Run! Ah, to the grass. Well, it worked. You're hard to see now. Well, I'm in Grand Central Station now. I just took a nice long break in the cool. I didn't take off my pack though. I'm leaving Echo Lake, beginning the uphill climb. Seeing a bunch of people here, and boy, that was one hot hike. Even in the shade, it's registering 82 degrees, and that's about as hot as it gets up here. Wow. Yeah, it was probably more like 90, felt like 90, 95, 100 on the trail, on the hot parts. I was really hot, even with the umbrella in some places, so I'm really glad I have it. And as I'm hiking, my thinking of this umbrella is changing greatly. This is a good tool to have. Well, I just checked the map to see how much farther I have to go, and damn it, I took the wrong trail. I stayed on the trail that goes along Aloha. I missed the Pacific Crest Trail, and now I'm on the bit of trail that I took last time in between the Pacific Crest and the Lake Aloha area. Damn, that's going to add about a half a mile. That sucks. It's hotter too. I was wondering why it was so exposed over here. I didn't remember it being so exposed, and it's steeper. Okay, gotta go. Well, that's the apex of the trail again. And now I get to go downhill for a long way. A lot of it is in the shade. Yay! I need that. I'm tired. Just checked the situation. I got 2.2 miles to go to the boat dock. Is that right? I think it is. Damn. And only 45 minutes, 43 minutes until 4 o'clock, so I ain't going to make it on time. In fact, it's going to be close. I have to haul ass now. No more entries until I get there, unless something amazing happens.